we're going to talk about growing your resilience both personally and within your organization as we work together here today. Everybody? A colleague comes into your office and announces, equipment's down. Oh boy. Production is going to be down for a couple of days. You're going to have to send some people home. You're not going to be able to meet customer orders. You've got a crisis on your hands. Stress levels and your blood pressure, by the way, are starting to go up. Anybody relate to that? Crisis can be chaotic. It can be overwhelming. But it doesn't have to be that way. But what I have found is that leaders are not holistically prepared for a crisis and the challenges that you face when you go through a crisis. We are focused on creating our operational plans. But again, we are not as focused on what's going on with the human capital, with our people. In fact, the Deloitte study said that the cost of stress in the workplace costs us about $300 billion, yes, I said billion, dollars annually. That the overwhelm, the anxiety, the fear have on our organizations. We want to think about, what are all of the situations that we may deal with, and then how can we deal with them? Resilience becomes a really, really important principle. It becomes an important skill that we can build to help us to respond to those everyday crises that we know. They compound one on top of each other too. They're not nice and come one at a time, do they? And let us wait until one crisis or challenge is over and the next one comes. Do you experience them that way? Yeah, hardly. They compound on top of each other. When we think about resilience, it is our ability to adapt in the face of challenge, crisis, stress, sometimes things that we perceive are totally out of our control. And so how we react to the situation. How does resilience work? Why is this so important? How do these principles really help us to build strong, resilient teams? Well, resilience-ready teams, they look like this. They rally around a meaningful purpose with a positive, we can do this together perspective. They pull together in trusted, diverse, and inclusive partnerships, and they persevere against all odds. They praise generously, praising the individual and the collective effort given and the progress that is being made. And so there are a couple of things that are important as leaders, that we reach out to our team members to see how they're doing, and especially in this type of environment. But even during our normal operating challenges, reaching out to connect, to see how people are doing, to make sure that they have the right direction that they need. And then on the support side, to make sure that they know what resources are available to them if they need them. So resilience is an individual and it is a team sport, especially when we're talking about the workplace and organizations. But even as we think about individual resilience, as I mentioned, the partnership piece, we need other people. We need that support system. We need to bond together to move through challenging situations that we come into. Even if you are ready for change, change is still difficult, because it's not going to be easy. It's going to be bumpy, and it's not going to be perfect, and perfection is not the goal. So resilience is going to be critical for your organization as you move forward, a critical skill. Building resilience is a skill, and we want to have our muscle memory around it. We want to learn from the experiences that we go through so that we are better equipped the next time and spend some time on the lessons learned. But we get so busy and we can forget about why we're here and why it is so important. But if we keep that in mind and help our employees to connect to that, what we can do, what possibilities there are for us. Just make a commitment. Make that personal commitment to taking action, to being and becoming that resilience-ready leader. You can stop surviving and get on that path to thriving.